channel, baby.
Yeah.
What it do, Half and J family? Welcome back to the channel, baby.
Yes.
It's your boy Half.
And girl J.
And we back
with another reaction video.
That
light is bright.
Probably because it's a ring light. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, welcome back to the channel, y'all.
Welcome back, welcome back.
Hope everybody enjoying their morning, evening, or night. Whatever time it is by the time you guys get this video.
Yes.
We gotta get some more reactions. How you doing today?
I am blessed. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely amazing.
Which I already know because y'all, when
There you go.
Half is so happy he got his hair done. He made a shake this morning. When I walked in the kitchen, he was flexing, like pouring his drink into his cup.
She exaggerated.
No, I'm not.
That's just the
He
muscles I was sticking out. You feel me? I was even trying to flex. They were just coming out. You know what I mean? Just, you know what I'm saying? Your boy been, you know what I mean, doing his thing, though. You feel me? So, yeah. Finally took her to the gym today. You know what I'm saying? Because she be working out by herself, so she wanted me to come in today to kind of give her some little pointers and, you know, how to get the motions going correctly and, you know, stuff like that. So we went hard, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We went hard. She was sweating so much, you would swear she jumped into a pool. You know what I'm saying? It came out straight up. But anyway, let's get some more reaction. Let them know who we're going to react to today.
Okay, so shout out to Fox News.
Shout out to Fox.
The video is titled, Pretty Racist. Waters shreds Jasmine Crockett. Argument over illegal immigration.
All right, so I guess Jasmine Crockett is tripping over about this illegal immigration thing. You know, doesn't surprise me, though. You know what I mean? So, let's get right into it, man. But before we do, everybody that's out there who has not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button.
Yes.
Turn your post notifications on.
Yes.
Like and share this video.
Yes.
And then comment down below, baby.
Come on.
Come and join the squad, man.
Yes. Half and J.
You dig. Plus, we ever kicking
Kicking
off.
off.
What?
Good
Good vibes,
vibes.
baby. Good vibes.
Boom.
Boom.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get it.
The Democrats are starting to sound more like shock jocks than serious lawmakers as the loudest voices in the room step into the leadership void. Rising star Jasmine Crockett is the MVP of attention seeking, and she's defending the need for illegal immigrants with this shocking take.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton.
Ooh.
We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
Democrats can showboat all they want, but at the end of the day, they are lacking that authenticity that makes President Trump a hit with the voters. Even Bill Maher gets it.
Trump really is one of the most effective politicians, whatever you think of the policy and him as a person. Always lean in to being more who you are. The people are not savvy about issues, but they smell a phony a mile away.
Right.
Democrats have to come up with an alpha, and it's not Tim Walz.
Okay, Greg, why is it that only Mars sees that there's no masculinity in the Democrat Party and the rest of them can't see it?
I thought Jasmine was pretty masculine there. You know, I think authenticity is, I guess, linked to action. Like you get to know somebody by what they do, and I think right now the Democrats are a collection of lightweights, theater kids who, instead of actually going to class, focus on the external appeal of identity politics. She's changed based on identity politics. It's never what I do, it's who I am. So this new guy comes in, Trump, and he does stuff. who acts instead of, acts. So by comparison, you can kind of see their grift. They seem very silly, and having an allied media that enables you, it doesn't help, because like when Harold comes to the 5, it's like he comes to the gym. His ideas, he has to work out his ideas because there's opposition. But for most Democrats, all Democrats, outside of Fox, they don't have that gym. They don't go out and work out.
You know what gets me, like what Jasmine was talking about as far as the illegal immigrants and how they do the forms, all that kind of stuff. Well, you guys don't want to be out there to, it's like, why do they always feel like the Republicans are saying we don't want none of them over here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
we don't mind them being over here. We just want them to come over here legally and on documents and on paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Because the same ones who's over here right now that's working in the forms, they could be child molesters too.
Right.
They could be murderers too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They could just be picking cotton just to get some, not picking cotton, but working in the forms just to be, get some extra money.
And
put in their pocket.
why do people think immigrants only do
stuff like that? Right, exactly.
Jobs.
Exactly. That's another thing. Why is she thinking that? Why is she thinking so low about them? You know what I'm saying? We can be talking about that. Why you think so low about immigrants? Why you don't put them on a higher job scale? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
because you have immigrants who who have worked hard, and you have some who have flew under the radar, but own businesses.
Right.
It's probably not necessarily in their name, but you know what I'm saying.
That's facts, though.
I don't know.
That's all Democrats outside of Fox. They don't have that gym. They don't go out and work out. So you have Jasmine there. You're basically using the same justification for illegal immigration that you would for slavery. It's just a few iterations in between. It's also the driving force for a lot of globalism. I really love my iPhone and my Nike shoes as long as I don't see the ages and the condition of the people making it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Jesse, what do you think of the idea that we need illegals because the blacks aren't picking cotton?
He just said something so real. Wow.
Maybe having like a lot of older
Child
women
labor
and stuff like that. Yeah.
and children making.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
And the condition of the people making it.
Okay. Jesse, what do you think of the idea that we need illegals because the blacks aren't picking cotton anymore?
Well, I don't like that idea, Judge, and I think it's pretty racist. But whether it's guest, right, of course, whether it's a guest worker program, whether it's people that come here seasonally, I guess some jobs in agricultural, you have to have the people south of the border do it. But that's not really the issue. That's not the jobs they're taking. They're taking actually good blue collar jobs all over the country. Look at the south side of Chicago. They didn't want them there, and it's driving down wages, and she should know better. But Greg hits on a key point in his kind of roundabout way.
True.
Authenticity is obvious on the right because we do the work. We will sit for an hour or 3 on a podcast and let it rip. You can't hide on a 3-hour podcast. You can hide if you're a Democrat in the press because they'll just baby you and they won't ask you anything and they won't even debate you.
Right.
But it is primal. You can smell the authenticity. You can smell the masculinity.
Yes.
Is it deodorant? Is it musk? Is it some sort of cologne that Harold has on today? I don't know.
I want the record to reflect.
It's just the natural musk of Harold.
Stephen A. has it. Stephen A. goes live and no holds barred, and that's why he's rising. That's why Maher, as wimpy as he is,
No, you're talking about Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, okay.
That's why Maher, as wimpy as he is, gets it. He'll smoke and he'll drink and he'll let it go, but he understands the formula. And the formula now in new media, direct to consumer. You get real politicians that tweet, they talk, and they podcast, and you can either know they're legit or not. Right now, the Democrats aren't legit, and everybody knows it.
You know,
That's
Harold,
facts, though.
Stephen A. says that he has no interest in running, but he's going to keep the door open just in case no one shows up. What do you think of Stephen A. as a
Look,
candidate?
I think everybody should run. I say that ideas at the end of the day have to be what inform and what influence and what stimulate a campaign. I've tried to say for the life of me, I don't understand why these members of Congress and the Senate who are really specializing in the energy stimulation space, but aren't yet in the idea space. We've talked about on the show, I don't understand why we're not out saying we want to build 20 million new homes for Americans who, as we see aging homes and people moving into the workforce. We want a 5% cut in every agency across the country in the federal government. We want to scale what's working, reform what can be reformed, and scrap what's not. Take taxes off the first $50,000 of earnings on the payroll tax and up the payroll tax to $500,000 to pay for it. We now scrap it out at about $200,000. Make wealthier people pay a little bit more and let those working people, like the president wants to do, on no taxes. He is giving us an opening because he is so preoccupied with what I think is an ineffective way to bring business and jobs back to our country with his tariff plan. Let's get focused on issues. I don't need a history lesson on slavery. What I do need is to tell me how we're going to inform people, educate people, and make people's lives better by helping them make more money.
So you're going to endorse Stephen A.?
I like Steve. I like First Take. I'd love to hear his plan. If he likes these kinds of things, I think he'd have a better chance of being a politician.
All right, Dana, you know, the talk of Michelle Obama entering the presidential race was something where everybody said, whoa, in 2024. But she can't even keep a podcast going.
This was Jesse's favorite topic, and I think you still owe me something
We bet?
for that. I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember
I bet
that.
we bet 100 times. I didn't even know Michelle Obama had a brother. And now
Right.
she's doing a podcast with her brother, and it's not getting anywhere. I mean, honestly, if she's looking for something to do, here's the way that she could get attention. I came up with this morning on
Don't say
newsroom. I've
marry
been
him,
thinking about it all day. No, that only works for a certain congresswoman. Remember Michelle Obama had the hashtag Bring Back Our Girls?
Yeah.
Right? When those girls were
Yes.
kidnapped in Nigeria. And she was right to care. If she cared about America's girls and women's sports and was willing to say something, she would be a hero.
Boom. Take that, Michelle.
Yeah.
No,
They
take the
right
idea and run
smack
with
you
it.
in
Do
the
it.
face.
No. She should do it. We want her to do that.
But
If you
the
care about
amazing-
I
girls'
think
sports and
it's
women's
almost
sports,
too late.
you do it.
It's too late. She missed the boat.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. It is too late.
It
But
would have
you
been
know
nice.
what?
You're absolutely right. It would have been
She
nice.
can still
would
do
have
it.
been nice.
It's too late for everything
But I think-
because
I
she
feel
was
like-
so hot a year
But
ago.
somebody on the Democratic side at a high level needs to come out and say, and that can't just be a congressman from Massachusetts. It needs to be somebody at a high level who says, we got this wrong. Should be Kamala Harris. You want a future? You do it. But somebody on that side needs to do something because these girls should not have to basically get to a final in a competition and have
And
to
then-
take a knee
Yep.
because they're going to lose to a guy.
Right.
Definitely. And up
Right.
next, liberals are trying to cancel John Stamos.
Because she was one of the ones, and I'm not for sure, but was she one of the ones that agreed with men playing in the women's sports, or she didn't really make no too big of an issue about it, or you know what I mean, she didn't speak on it.
I'm not sure if I don't know.
And I think that's what she's kind of speaking about,
Right.
if she's, you know,
If she would have spoke up
for women's sports,
yeah.
you know what I mean, she'd probably been more
she would have been a hero.
more
like she
popular,
said.
yeah,
Mhm.
more popular. You know what I mean, because she's a woman.
Right.
She has 2 daughters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, how would you feel?
I don't know how anyone finds that okay.
That's just, you know, that's weird to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want a man in a women's sport to begin with? Like, how you don't see that there's something wrong with that?
Right.
That's just my thing, man. Like, you know,
Equality.
yeah, but that's not equality. though.
No, I know, but
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
in a
But,
delusional mind state,
Yeah.
that's equality.
you know, and I get it. People go to do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? With their bodies and
Mm-hmm.
you know, transform to whatever they want to do, whatever the case may be. That's fine. That's your business. That's your business. But my thing is, you know, even if you do transition over, you're still that gender that you were prior to that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you went from a woman to a man, then why would you want to even join the man's? to me, I look at it like you're cheating. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You're cheating the game.
Right.
So
right. You know you're stronger.
you know you're
faster.
stronger. Everything. Taller in some cases. You know what I mean? So it's like, why would you even want to? Are you that trash? You know what I'm saying? Are you that trash to where you gotta transition over to a different gender and then go back into the original?
To playing a girl sport.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's
a male playing a girl sport.
Right. You that trash. Like you was that trash. You gotta go play in a women's sport to feel like you doing something.
Yeah.
Like that's just weird to me. But anyway, anything you want to add to that?
No.
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 All right. Well, how you guys think about this one, man? Comment down below.
Oh, well, yeah, I do have something to say.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Jasmine Crockett, she's wrong for that.
Yeah.
She's you know, comparing the immigrants to slavery, to slaves.
Right.
That's not cool.
Right. And like, was it Jesse Waters that said it, or one of them on the panel said, so something about blacks not picking the cotton, so they wanted the immigrants to come do it, or something like that. They were saying.
That's what she was saying.
No, but Jesse was like basically saying that's a racist.
Yeah.
Statement.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, black. We're black. We ain't gonna pick no cotton. You can't pay us to go find no.
Right.
You know what I mean? Plantation, all this other kind of stuff.
So is that the only reason why you want illegal immigrants to stay here?
To do the dirty work, so to speak, in a sense.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, yeah.
That's crazy.
But it's just scary to know that majority, I wouldn't even say majority anymore, but a lot of black people have that mindset.
And here's the thing. If she was a different color and said that same statement, it would have been all over there.
Oh yeah, she would have been stoned.
Racist, you racist, you know.
But it's racist.
No, it is. But what I'm saying is, you don't.
It would have been times 10.
Right, like how they say Trump is racist.
You're right.
It would have been like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Straight up. So, but anyway, let's jump into some shout outs.
Okay, so first shout out goes to Cindy Kirkland. What's up, Cindy Kirkland?
Cindy, shout out to you. Hope you definitely enjoyed that reaction. Let us know what you thought about it. Comment down below. Come back and join us for some more.
Yes. Second shout out goes to Black Enough. What's up, Black Enough?
Black Enough. You better be black enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to figure out how black are you. But anyway, y'all comment down below, man. Let us know what you think about it. We love you guys.
Yes, we do.
We definitely appreciate everybody out there.
Yes, we do.
For all the support.
Yes.
Whether you like, share, comment, whatever. It's all the same to us.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Make sure you guys keep God first.
Most importantly.
And we'll catch you guys in the next reaction video.
Yes. Peace.